Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting Propagandacast, another EF mod cast. We are going to be seeing a 2 versus 2 on Lehmberg, I think it's called. I'm not entirely sure. Again, I'm not really good with these map names as of yet, although hopefully with time and experience that will sort of come there. But it's a 2 versus 2. We are going to be seeing in the southern corner Keugel and Ashesinyourmouth, fighting for the Wehrmacht, fighting for the 147th Infantrie Division, bravely holding the line against the Soviet onslaught. Who are these two chaps? WakWakdemon and Colonel Liberachi. Well, that was supposed to be in Soviet Polovnik, Liberachi, but let's not get too caught up in that. Fighting for the Soviet Union, fighting for the 39th Mechanized Corps. And the thing about a mechanized corps was that it was actually stronger than a tank corps, since a mechanized corps would have more infantry, more artillery, more all the other stuff. Plus still plenty of tanks. But the 149th Infantry Division versus the, once again, 47th Tank Corps. Oh dear. So much to keep track of. We are seeing a Red Army mustering tent. Yeah, it doesn't quite roll off the tongue now, does it? But conscripts anyways coming out for him. A command squad. And we are also seeing a Soviet support barrack start. So might lead to some, I don't know, snipers. Snipers, yeah, I don't know. We are seeing the Ashesinyourmouth going for what looks for a support start and laying up a lot of wire right here on the western part. In the meanwhile, we are seeing SPI Keugel rushing in towards the center. Volkskriegs leading the way. Pioneers also a bit. Some others mucking about right there. I mean, so far no real indications of any larger fights. More conscripts on the way. The Soviet forces are advancing ever slowly, ever cautiously, securing points left and right. Sharpshooter out for Liberachi. Moving out right there. Not yet an upgrade to a sniper. Apparently actually needs some sort of upgrade for that. We are also seeing the armory. The armory. Not just an armory, but the armory. Up right there. Always lovely. Volkskriegs again. Lots of wire, but not quite enough support for them. Additional Volkskriegs moving up. No support between the two players. I mean, no connection. No connection. In fact, there's no MG42s being sent up here to perhaps support, you know. In fact, in the meanwhile, the Soviets look like to be actually hammering towards here. So, already here there are clearly some problems emerging with the Axis forces, I fear. Snipers moving up. Command squad moving in. Conscripts firing away at some Volksgrenadiers. Volksgrenadiers already taking minor losses, and they're in fact rushing up to this conscripts. Losses are increasing, more conscripts rushing in. Pioneers in a bit of trouble as they are fighting off the engineering. These Volksgrenadiers might want to consider getting out there. They are definitely losing that fight, in particular now that snipers are heading in. The sharpshooters have been upgraded. Pioneers hiding in some sort of barn. And the command squad. Why is the MG42 moving? It was actually getting them suppressed, but you know, support. Unterstützung, Männer. Volkskriegs hiding over here, not really holding up well for the Germans in the center. MG42 moving up for Keugel. We are seeing a sniper coming out for Ashesinyourmouth, but they do need to push onwards for the fatherland. Volkskriegs getting surrounded. Where's that MG42? Wo sind die schweres MG42? We are seeing a bit of petrol bombs going off right there, burning. Some Volkskriegs sending them running away. MG42 needs to have been placed a lot earlier. And again, where is the support from Ashesinyourmouth? Get moving. Dummkopf. MG42 holding up here. Conscripts in a bit of trouble. MG42 getting pushed away. Sniper a bit cautious since there are Soviet snipers haunting the nearby fields. In fact, looks like he might already got one of these Soviet snipers. Cheeky. Pioneers moving in. No, wait, that's the other one. Never mind then. Still Pioneers are moving in, and there we go. One Soviet sniper down. Conscripts getting hammered by the MG. Not quite ready to take on the German sharpshooter. Situation somewhat stabilized, I suppose. Still, the Germans need to push hard. We are seeing a bike moving out. Kampfkraft center going up. Perhaps might instead be a better idea to get a Krieg barracks up as soon as possible. Perhaps even someone goes for a Sturm Armory as well after that shortly. Some pioneers fighting off against the engineer. Engineer down. In fact, medic bunker still there. Not really doing much. Volkskrieger force moving in. MG following up or moving to its own directions. Ashesinyourmouth not really in a strong position again. The whole, you know, only support units, no infantry is not really the stronger approach. Although thankfully it does have a medic bunker up. Command squad here now facing off against MP40s right in front of the train station. Being pushed back right there by the troops. Bike and trying to buy time for the MG gunners right there. Pioneers could, you know, be providing aid. Meanwhile, the conscripts are losing to the bike and the MG support gunners. More conscripts moving in, but while proving a bit of problem, engineers having cut a bit of wire going for that fuel point right there, which the Germans have been so desperately trying to protect. At the same time, larger fights are developing right here on the eastern flank as Volkskrieger and MGs are moving in there, leaving the center pretty open to Soviet exploitation. Another mustering tent up, this time for Liberachi. More snipers, more everything, I suppose. Conscripts of WakWakdemon are taking some beatings. Small response from Ashesinyourmouth. Still, they need to push forward and they need to put up a slightly more comprehensive and cohesive defensive line. 2 snipers now for Ashesinyourmouth. Bunker going up there to try and protect this area. Although might want to place it up a bit closer, so perhaps it could also protect this point, you know, just a casual suggestion. Ever so lightly, engineering coming under fire here as they're trying to mine this little bridge. And then finishing, in fact, before getting run off. Although at the same time, the Germans are probably going to be aware now that there's a mine right there on the bridge. Snipers getting pushed away by the bike, certainly not fancying the possible sniper threat following up on it. Lots of conscripts here, heavy machine gun fire, sniper even suppressed. Conscripts getting sniped through the head. Their soft little garrison caps doing no protection whatsoever. And the command squad of WakWakdemon running into a bit of problem here. Pioneers gunned down, Volkskrieger providing heavy fire with their MP40s. And in the center, fighting keeps on. MG42 quickly getting out, flank, not really in a strong position. Also getting sniped by those German Soviets now. I mean, has been run off. And looks like we are seeing for the fatherland up for Ashesinyourmouth. He has gone defensive. So that's one battalion of the 147 that has gone on the defensive. On the 24th tank. Oh, mine goes off right there. Small success for the tank corps. Now with Sturmovie Engineering, which were used in more independent brigades. They were heavily equipped assault engineers with some body armor which could only really protect against bullets and shrapnel. Troops here getting suppressed. MG getting flanked by the Sturmovie. Hitting hard with submachine guns, clearing out the MG crew. Why are they not supporting their MGs? More specifically, why are the MGs not supporting something? They're placing them way too far apart without anything. Not really good MG42 handling. Volkskrieger is now rushing into the house, getting surrounded by conscripts and some very angry engineers. And we are seeing petrol bombs, which is going to force them right out into the arms of someone unfriendly. Volkskrieger are not in a good condition. Keugel, what are you doing? Snipers pushing up here. It's free. Gun just got sorted out. The crew is very much dead. Volkskrieger here somehow by a miracle managed to get out. Pack moving up. Troops getting reinforced. Russian tank haul up. Are there any sort of other tank hauls? German, American, British, French? Just, you know, seems a bit, you know, curious sounding. The Russian tank haul a bit like the Armory. And also Red Army mustering tent. So, I mean, does rather seem a bit like some bit superfluous adjectives and other things. And the Germans are quick to steal away that anti-tank gun, adding it to their own arsenal to withstand the Bolshevik threat. As of course the 23rd Tank Corps is ready to take on the Hitlerite threat. Let's go have a look at Keugel. No doctrine for him as of yet. A few grenadiers. He's had taken some nasty losses again. He really hasn't got much, and he's also been much too quick to get veterancy 2. I mean, really, I would have liked some more infantry before he got veterancy 2. Bike moving forward. Has to be careful. What are you doing, Mr. Bike? What are you doing? Oh, standing right in front of the conscripts and the engineering friends, getting completely wrecked. And we are seeing some Sturm of the engineering charging forward, some regular engineering, and more Sturm. Oh, so much different engineering. Conscripts getting pushed back right there. 147th not doing too well. Command squad getting shredded. WakWakdemon though manages to whack out of there. Engineering are getting absolutely suppressed for Stalin or whatever. Grenadiers are pushing up from Ashesinyourmouth, probably from that medic bunker. Might have been trained, of course. Soviet troops are getting pinned by severe machine gun fire from the MG bunker. Anti-tank gun pulling up to probably get reinforced from the bunker as well, since he has gone defensive. But he needs more infantry. No, he's instead getting veterancy 3. Yo! Veterancy's not alone going to save you, my friend. You need units to support it. And when you only have that much, you don't need veterancy 3. You need more bloody grenadiers. Oh, you absolute tosspot. I mean, again, yes, veterancy are great, but you know, timing. Timing. Get some units first for it to actually affect. 3 units are not enough for veterancy 3. Never mind, the Grenadiers perfectly do well with just veterancy 2. Veterancy 3 is just sort of more icing on the cake afterwards. But again, get some solid Grenadiers up. Conscripts running into a bit of a nasty position right here. MP40 will be asking a petrol bomb being launched. Looks like another one tank hall has churned out its first armored unit, T-34-76. For a larger part of all the mainstay of the Soviet armored forces. Later replaced by the T-34-85, although even then was still used primarily as a reconnaissance tank, since it did the job much better than night tanks and was about just as fast. MP40's moving in. Well, we are seeing 2 Soviet snipers. Grenadiers are arriving as well. Snipers getting pushed away. And we are seeing a large Sturm moving engineering force moving in. Lots of submachine guns. T-34 moves in as well. This is looking pretty grim for the 147th Infantry Division. German sniper adding as well. Conscripts getting shot. And looks like a complete and utter collapse on the eastern half. For the fatherland once more goes up, but I fear it shall not be enough versus that many Sturmovie and that T-34-76. And where are the anti-tank guns? Nowhere to be seen. There was no support for this assault again. The assault support units are not supporting anything, and they're just getting picked apart when they finally do something. T-34 getting hammered by the CIS-3 now in the hands of the Germans. Snipers in serious trouble. In fact, they were caught again by the enemy out of support. Again, careful with that. He just lost 2 snipers. Not strongly handled. Again, you know, be careful with that. Support units should always be, you know, behind the infantry, behind what they're supposed to be supporting. That rather seems to be the lesson that's escaping the Germans pretty severely. And we are seeing what I suspect are satchel charges of some sort. Doing a bit of damage, but not really destroying anything. Heavy losses. The Grenadier squad is down. Again, barely any units, and he's just not getting enough out. I mean, Keugel really needs to get his bloody act together. Lest he fancies a penal battalion. Additional T-34s are now rolling in. Now one from Colonel Liberachi. Other T-44 rushing in now that all of the anti-tank guns have been cleared out. One though quickly gets recruited. T-34 with 5 kills. The other one haunting in the distance. Pack recruit. Another one moving up. Not really strong unit preservation by the Germans so far. Not really strong tactical skills or planning skills. And there we go, the T-34 was a bit too quickly rushed in. Second one could find itself caught off by several anti-tank guns. Soviets though are moving in from the north, which could prove to be a problem if they're not careful. And T-34 Pack 38 is not quite reacting fast enough, but there we go. Strelki moving in from Liberachi, supported by 2 snipers. Troops quickly getting anti-tank guns sorted out. We are seeing a bit from Ashesinyourmouth moving up. Strelki getting suppressed. MG42 stolen by Liberachi. And snipers providing a bit of covering fire. And we are seeing a registered barrage moving in. Oh! Very lucky it looks like for the Soviets. Barely took any losses, in particular didn't lose the snipers. That was bloody lucky. Sturmovits repairing that T-34, and we are seeing additional T-34s moving in. Germans might want to consider getting a Sturm armory up or something similar, perhaps getting some Stuks anyways. And they need to sort of deliver a more potent counterattack and again preserve their goddamn units. Because currently it's a bit dodgy. But let's go have a look at Ashesinyourmouth, who has even less units again. You know, get some infantry. Always get some infantry. And not more snipers. You don't need more snipers. You need infantry. You need to take points. You need to do damage. Proper damage. T-34 here, though, running into a wall of anti-tank guns. Sturm will be charging in. Will there be any grenades being launched at them? And assault, in fact, going on from Keugel, which of course means that he has gone blitzkrieg. In fact, he's going for 2 assault. That's just 100 munitions. MP40s and everything else stopping all of those assault troops. And in fact, 1 Sturmovy squad was lost in the meanwhile. Solid progress in the west as command squad supported by a T-34, which has a damaged engine though. And some other chaps are moving in. Germans need to get their acts together, and apparently the WakWakdemon is getting cats. Or Katyushas. There could also be cats. Engineers are getting pushed away, but again the Germans are running into an awful lot of mines, which is well done by the Soviets. 23rd Tank Corps doing alright. 147th Infantrie Division though taking a punishment from artillery, it would look like. And again a lack of infantry. Again, don't skirt on the infantry, you need proper forces of them. Otherwise your support units are not going to be worth much at all. Medic bunker getting hammered. We are seeing an artillery fire base right here. The deliverer of Soviet heavy artillery. Shells. And some Volksguns for some reason rush straight into the middle of everything, and they need to bloody hell get out of there. Rückzug, Männer. Rückzug, come on. Oh, Keugel. Unit preservation really isn't your forte, is it? Lots of anti-tank guns, a bit of a half-tack, but again, no real serious kills to the Soviets, I fear. Numerous T-34s on the move. We are seeing a Stu-42, but that's not necessarily what is needed with all those T-34s. He needs a Stu. Pioneers are running into a problem. T-34 getting off some good kills. Advance up here. Grenadiers, snipers. Conscripts getting sniped. Or MG'd for that matter. And this T-34 is running into a wall of anti-tank gun fire. Except it's not getting hit by it. Conscripts there dead. Very much dead. It's looking pretty grim for the Soviets, but that's not to say the Germans, I mean, but that's not to say it's just going to be a walk in the park for the Soviets either. It's not going to be beyond skills. MG getting sniped. T-34 moves up. Pack needs to deal with it. Panzerabwehrkanone, fire frei, come on. And he's gotten veterancy free for support units. He barely has any infantry on the field, and he gets more support veterancy again. Get some more infantry, and possibly get some armor. Need to push back, and you need armor now at this stage to really do it with all those T-34. So get to it, man. Do I have to spell it out for you? Returning them to the Soviets, who's floating an awful lot of command points. Not good, I would say. Lots of snipers. Bit sad to see all that sniper spam. A bit of a Strelki. And lots of Sturmgewehr. Although Stu 42 does its best to make short work of that. Artillery adding in. Satchel charges to try and actually ensure it isn't recruit, and it succeed. In fact, MG moving in, needs to pack up now. Set up, I mean. Grenadiers arriving to assist. Veterancy free, of course. But no veterancy for the Stu. Mistake right there. At the same time, another assault right here. Soviet anti-tank gun and mine does quite a bit of damage to that T-34, except that no, the anti-tank gun's not even pointing in the right direction. But there we go. T-34 strolls right in front of it leisurely. Snipers being pushed back. T-34's not going to make it home. Then again, few dead. They have very high losses. And looks like the anti-tank gun got wrecked. T-34 got wrecked as well. Another one moves up. Anti-tank on this, so it hands this time around. Another T-34 there, although it could quickly get knocked out by a bit of counterattack fire. Snipers and one T-34 all that's holding the line at the moment. Soviets are getting pushed back a wee bit. More registered artillery by the looks of it, but not really stopping anyone. Might want to get into that building and then just fire away at this cheeky T-34 anti-tank gun cleared out. Grenadiers need to retreat. Rückzug. Stellungswechseln. Snipers moving up. Come on, Sturmarmy or Panzer Command. Come on, ladies. Show your soldiers as a Third Reich, not the French army. Or the Italian for that matter. Grenadiers moving up. Engaging some engineering. Half-track now equipped with flamethrowers. No veterancy for that either. Keugel again. Unit preservation and veterancy does not really seem to be his strong suit. And he's getting support veterancy, but not again vehicle veterancy or armor veterancy. What's going on, man? Sturmgewehr once more charging ahead. Lots of submachine guns from the PPSH 41s. Excellent Soviet submachine gun was also captured in large numbers and used in large numbers by the Germans. In fact, they caught so many that they actually converted it to actually use German ammunition. Grenadiers getting absolutely hammered. So are the snipers. Lots of Katyusha 5. You're now seeing 2 arriving. Mind you, it's a slightly different variant than the earlier one. This one is a slightly more armored version. The Soviets also used one basically just on a Studebaker truck. And that's the one we're going to be seeing in Company of 2, if I'm not mistaken. And flamethrower half-tech forcing away some Sturmgewehr. MG42 starving some pioneers here, veterancy free, getting sniped though. And where is the armor? Apparently nowhere to be seen. And looks like we are seeing the breakthrough doctrine. Oh, I can't remember the name. Moment. The one with a lot of armor in it. Conscripts moving ahead right in front of the MG42. Not getting suppressed though. Mine does suppress them. And there's nothing to stop this T-34. Third Katyusha arrives. Still no veterancy for the Stu. Volkskriegs need to retreat. Come on, unit preservation, man. Do I really need to scream it at you? T-34 getting pushed away. Panzer trying to penetrate the frontal armor, but they're not quite succeeding as of yet. Heavy losses for the Grenadiers as rocket fires tear them to shreds. Again, a bit of armor would be nice. Ein bisschen Panzer. Still, the Germans are holding to a line, but the losses they are suffering while doing so are quite extensive. Let's go look at WakWakdemon, who's certainly also taking a beating. Lots of infantry dead. He's down to 2 conscripts, command squad, a few engineers, and otherwise his guys Katyushas. His armor has been devastated, although he's getting additional. Looks like he's actually getting a slightly bigger tank, the T-34-85, which was essentially a mix of the T-34-76 and then a failed T-44, in fact, I believe it was called. And looks like we are seeing an IS-3, which I'm definitely not happy to see, since it actually did not fight in the war. Unlike the Pershing and all that, the IS-3 never saw, actually fighting in the war. It only came about in the Cold War. And it was essentially an IS-2 with more armor. That was about it. Troops here are getting suppressed though. Medic bunker somehow still standing. T-34s are rolling in towards the east, including one T-34-85 with a slightly larger gun. Harassment going on here for some conscripts, but that might end very soon as Volkskriegs are moving in to put a stop to those conscripts. And there we go, the conscripts did not survive this. And again, absolutely no armor from the Germans except one Stu-42 without any veterans even. I mean, it's simply deplorable. And now we are seeing the red tide. That is lots of Strafnie troops, that is penal troops, which is Soviet used. Moving forwards, lots of fire. Katyushas moving about, some of them already veterans who won. T-34 here, and we are seeing an LMG up on those Grenadiers. That's nice, but it's not really going to stop a T-34, man. We are seeing finally a Panzer command up for Ashesinyourmouth, which is something, I suppose. IS-3 that continues to wreak havoc on the Germans. If it could hit something. Penal troops getting suppressed. Panzer strike up on the Grenadiers. Lots of grenades getting lobbed at them. Not looking too well there. T-34-85 from Liberachi could be going down. Certainly some heavy losses for the 23rd Tank Corps. And there we go, T-34-85 is lost. Alongside all the souls aboard. T-34 with Sturmovie and sniper support holding out quite nicely here. And heavy losses being incurred. LMG 42 left behind, needs to be taken back. Take it back before the communists get it. More Katyusha fire, absolutely shattering the ground. Guards are moving in. GG, seems a bit early. And could be seen as a bit rude as well. And then meanwhile, several penetrations along the German front line. Definitely would say the German strategy has failed, but that's not really surprising, I would say. Poor prioritizing of resources, I would argue. Some Grenadiers managed to secure the LMG 42. Pack right there, a lot of Grenadiers moving up. Something on the way from the Panzer Command, probably support from the 23rd Panzer Division. Mine's going off right there. T-34-85 left to hold off against a larger sizable force of Panzer-restricted equipped grenadiers. Panther is arriving, no veterancy for it. Come on, Panzerkampfwagen 5, get it some veterancy. Choose your rockets, absolutely hammering up the ground. IS-3 moving in as well. Several packs might want to support the Panther against the IS-3. Sturm of the engineering getting sniped, getting suppressed. And where? Come on, move up the packs, man. Support your. Oh, clearly you are an absolute wonder amongst German commanders. IS-3 getting hammered though. Finally getting one pack up, and he's finally moving the other one. Ashesinyourmouth might want to slightly consider putting back his Panther, but no. IS-3 is instead being retreated. Stölke are hitting the flank though, although they are quicker than running into an MG42 and a sniper. Although the MG42 might be needed to relocate. Sturm moving up. Grenadiers arriving. Will the Germans be able to counterattack and retake the lost ground? Sturm holding up against the Panther. But for how long will that last? In the meanwhile, the Grenadiers continue the fight. T-34s being heavily bombarded with rockets, as though they keep getting kills. Panther advances as well and takes on a T-34-85. Heavy again, carpet of rockets, absolutely obliterating anything caught in it. Panther needs to be careful. It's a Panther, not a King Tiger. There's a vital difference. And where are the packs? Why aren't they following? Damaged engine on the Panther. T-34, one out of control. And there we go. Conscripts getting slaughtered. 2 T-34s are down, ladies and gentlemen. I think the IS-3 has been pulled back for some serious repairs. In the meanwhile, the majority of the tank corps armor is getting absolutely blasted to bits. Grenadiers might want to retreat again. Katyusha is pulling up. No additional armor coming out from Ashesinyourmouth. No Tiger from Keugel. He needs a Tiger and he needs some veterans for his armor, for heaven's sake. It could also be an idea if Ashesinyourmouth has access to a Flak 88 that he then calls it in. But let's in fact go have a look at Keugel again. Who has called in a Tiger, but who's not bothering with veterans. He gets some veterans. First one gives 15% damage reduction. That's something, mate. Panther needs to turn around and it needs repairs swiftly, expediently, now. Guards holding out a bit of support, apparently for the 23rd Tank Corps. T-34's moving up. Panther, oh, again, why didn't it turn about? You don't leave those hanging about. And there we go, pack cleared out as well. Wrecked, so it can't be salvaged for munitions. Let's just speed this up a bit while the Germans are somehow trying to figure out a new plan. I don't have much success. Lots of resources though, and again he's not using it. He's floating it pointlessly. Absolutely terrible. Deplorable. Tragic. Grenadiers making some progress, clearing out one T-34-85. Another one could be sorted out, but again, Keugel needs to step up his game now. Immediately he needs to get his act together. Tiger tank getting absolutely hammered again. Where's the veterancy? Where's the other tanks? Where's everything, mate? You're floating 1,200 resources, which could have been expended much better at this very moment. Main gun destroyed again. If it just had some veterancy, which he could probably have afforded all 3 levels of veterancy with all the resources there, yet he didn't. He didn't even get some additional tanks to support his Tiger. I mean, really? Is he even trying? More T-34s roll in to the mess. Another Tiger arrives, of course. Still no veterancy.
Victory reserve stand at 100 points and dropping.
Definitely not looking up for the Germans. Infantry getting absolutely slaughtered. 147th Infantry Division are slowly but surely getting pushed back. Second Tiger moves in, and we are seeing what could be some artillery from the Soviets. Let's go have a look at Ashesinyourmouth. There's access to the heavy rocket barrage. Could be choosing perhaps a flak. Lots of artillery hammering the area right there. One Grenadier squad again. Not really strong unit preservation. Not really a lot left. What you get when you just rush in Grenadiers unsupported, and I hope to get some tanks. And more T-34s doing more damage to the Grenadiers. Grenadiers might want to consider pulling back. A second Panther arrives to try and contain the situation, while we are also seeing a Ritterkreuz. Grenadiers run off by some remaining Sturmwaffe from Liberachi. Grenadiers fighting here. Strafny and T-34 fighting against some pretty heavily armed Grenadiers.
They defended the fatherland until death.
And more losses incurred. Sniper dead. Er sind tot. And the Tiger moving again, and still no bloody veterancy. Come on, man. The larger Soviet assault force moving in to support the T-34, leaving the Tiger in a bit of a slightly nasty, problematic situation. Oh, Guard Squad got absolutely vaporized. Soviet infantry getting forced away by the Germans. Grenadiers for some reason pushing up here, going for a cut-off point, but it's not really going to do much since the rest are connected right through here as well. So that's a bit pointless. Heavy rocket artillery though pretty much slaughters the Germans. T-30-45 pulling back. And still no veterancy for the Tiger. Panther moving up, unsupported. No additional veterancy for that either, I fear. But it's still better than having a Tiger with no veterancy. Not sure what these Grenadiers are doing, except clearing out that fire base, which could have been done earlier, I suppose. IS-2s now arriving, some more heavy armor. Panther coming under heavy fire from the IS-3 and the T-30-45. Flag 88 going up, that's not bad. Tiger again left on to fight. All this again without no veterancy. Keugel, Keugel, Keugel. Get your bloody act together. Definitely not my favorite player this match. And the Grenadiers, I know it again, he just seems to make so many bloody weird things. Another Tiger arriving, of course. That man's definitely destined for a penal battalion. Poor unit preservation. Very poor, in fact. If not downright appalling, tragic or depressing. Flag 88 though is ready, or flag 36 more specifically. But I do believe this falls within the category of too little, too late. T-34 moving up right into front of line of the T-34. I mean the Flak 36. We are seeing some Sturmovix getting called in. T-34 out of control. Another one gone. Looks like another one was lost over here as well. Another T-34 down. Just several T-34s down for Liberachi. In fact, in short period, I'm thinking he even lost an IS-2. So the 24th Tank Corps still not having it too easy. Looks like COD is making some slight progress, but still, where is the veterancy for the Tiger? Where? This isn't a game of Where's Waldo, so no, you're not supposed to be looking all through the map. You're supposed to be having it. T-34s looks like we are seeing a pretty quick counter movement right there by WakWakdemon. A small platoon of T-34s move in, or squadron, whatever. 4 of them. Tiger needs to be careful. And again, no veterancy makes Stain a very sad Propagandacaster. And simply the T-34 is getting outnumbered. IS-3 arrives as well. This is an absolute disaster. More artillery, infantry getting hammered. And another Tiger is lost. That's the sort of thing, if it doesn't end up, you're up in a penal battalion, so you're just going to get shot on the spot. Panther not really doing too well either. It tried, but sadly, it was not enough. And a 4th Tiger, and still no veterancy. Someone's definitely going to end up in front of a firing squad. That's for sure. Let's just beat this madness out a bit. Engineer getting pushed back. Another IS-2. Shock guards now arriving. Tiger moving in to deal with some Strafny. The remaining few grenadiers are moving up as well. Some pioneers. A bit of this, a bit of that. And a vast carpet of rockets covers the entire field. And barely does anything. Hooray. Grenadiers fighting right here, getting pushed back. Heavy losses. Got Panzer left behind as well. No good, no good. Command squad getting gunned down. Grenadiers trying to stop the IS-3, but they're definitely not succeeding. And he's sending in the Tiger without veterancy. Why, oh why? He gets the mechanics, which I suppose is nice, but again, where's the veterancy? This is definitely not looking good. Germans trying with another counterattack in the center. They are holding 2 of the victory points, but I mean, they are suffering extreme losses trying to hold what they have. And my goodness, Liberachi has an awful lot of munitions. Let's go look at WakWak. Again, with this sizable force of T-34s, he has 5 of them. My goodness. That's definitely going to cause someone a headache. Grenades getting locked. Panzer moving in. Tiger again. Absolutely in trouble. More strikes from the Soviet Air Force. Grenadiers again in a terrible situation. T-34s moving up in the center. Grenadiers getting slaughtered. Senselessly, in fact. If by ridiculous you mean your own performance, then yes. Grenadiers moving in. Panther has finally been repaired, finally moving in. Soviet armor moving in towards the German base. T-34, no, Su-85 in fact, interesting. Took heavy damage, got knocked out. Another bound going up. A flak has been decrewed. Looks like it's a definite complete collapse now for the 147th Infantry Division. Infantrie losing severely to the Soviet forces. Panther is lost. And this looks like a complete and utter collapse now. The front line is lost beyond all hope. Yeah, they still insist on charging in Grenadiers with Panzer Shreks without armor support or any other sort of support. Just deplorable. And just terrible unit preservation. Sturm getting pushed back. Let's just speed this up a bit again. Another goddamn tiger. And the Chusha sorted that out. But yeah, definitely not strong Axis play in here. And of course the thing was, of course, now the Soviets have won, but yeah, I needed something like that, otherwise people would be complaining about that. So either it was essentially, I had either to choose between the Soviets not winning, getting complaints over that, or the Soviets winning and then getting complaints about poor Axis play. Yeah, not quite easy. So I made this decision. And of course we saw a lot of things which, you know, can be carried over to a mundane novice, or generally sort of novices, you know, a lot of mistakes. I mean, again, no veterancy for your armor. God damn, you don't do that, in particular not Tigers, in particular not when you've thrown away that many Tigers. That's a court-martial offense. And I'd have you shot, was I in charge of that court. Again, also, you know, rushing in Grenadiers after Grenadier, just getting him blasted up. Not really a strong armor. Again, unit preservation from both Axis players, not strong either. And also getting veterancy too fast but not enough infantry, again, also a mistake. I mean, there were a lot of these, you know, mistakes that sort of, you know, oh, well, just go for that and I'll win the game. No, it's not just about that. And again, it sort of just happened again and again and again. Barely any armor most of the game. Then we saw a few Panthers and a lot of Tigers being thrown away, but no Stuks, no Panzer Force, no anything sort of, you know, to really, you know, build up a solid presence. And that was bad. No coordination between the other players. And again, both players should have gone for infantry. One just went support and barely did anything. He was barely able to do anything, and he didn't support the other. And for the soldiers, certainly also some mistakes, but that was also just largely, you know, keeping troops alive sort of department. But they had great use of armor, rather aggressive use of armor, which certainly worked well. Got a bit too reckless at times, but overall definitely not as bad as the Germans. So there you go. Do hope you learned something, and do hope you enjoyed. If you did, why not subscribe to your friends, and if you didn't, well, why not send a replay of your own. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers.